Lights, camera, action. Let's dive in deep. Talking directors, actors, the secrets they keep. From behind the scenes to the silver screen. Hard-hitting questions, nothing in between. We're rated B, rated the podcast sensation. Unveiling truth, sparking conversations. Where every story gets its chance to shine. We're rated B, rated, let's rewind.
Well, thank you for being here. We're here with LeJon Woods, actor, writer, producer. How are you?
Hey, fantastic, man. I really appreciate you guys taking the time to have me on. How you guys doing?
We're good.
Fantastic,
Good,
man. No, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But
We're even in time zone, so you're ahead of us too, man.
Yeah. I got some darkness going on over here. It's I'm in Cleveland and it's freezing. It's currently, if I'm mistaken, it is 10 degrees right now.
oh my god.
Nope.
Yeah, you don't want to park.
No, I don't know how. Like, I was born and raised in California, and then we moved to Idaho for years and years. Like we would, when it's winter time, you'd go to bed, it'd be all fine, and then you'd wake up, there'd be like 2 feet of snow, and I was like, how the hell did we used to like wake up and be like, all right, let's fucking shovel the sidewalk and get our car out and warm it up, and let's get to where we need to be on time,
Exactly.
And like I've been out of the snow for almost 20 years now. And my brother lived in Colorado, and it snowed one time. He's like, all right, you got to drive like on the freeway to the hospital to see your nephew be born. I was like, can I see him after he's born?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Do you want me at the hospital?
Yeah.
You can't just bring him home,
Yeah, he'll still be alive. He'll be healthy and everything. We can wait.
Yeah. Like I was telling, I can drive around neighborhoods. Like my son was with me. He was, I think he was like 5 years old. Maybe.
Oh.
Yeah. And I was like, all right, this is how you e-brake turn around corners. And we're just smashing around, e-brake turning through neighborhoods. Yeah. I was like, don't tell your mom though.
Exactly.
And everything was good, dude.
Well done. Well played.
10 degrees.
Yeah, it's serious. I call that hard nipple cold.
Dude.
Yeah.
And like we get cold out here, not 10. We get like in the high 20s sometimes. And like my wife, she gets upset. She's like, God damn it. Like if it's this cold and you don't even get anything for it for being that cold. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just cold. And you're just like, if it's this cold, then it deserves to have snow or something.
Yeah. You gotta get something out of it.
But hell no. Can't do it anymore, man.
I dig it, man. I understand.
What? All right. Let's jump. What are we talking about first? In order of the movies that we watched?
Wherever you want to jump first. I mean, we could go Hangman. So that was the first one we watched with you in it, and I just have to say, like the whole movie, it's creepy. It is unsettling. Like there's normally with creepy, you get like weird character moments, and you're like, why would somebody do that? But with this one, it's like everybody is in like a normal human reaction, and it's still very like it's unsettling to say the least.
That makes me really happy that you say that and you feel that way, because that was a feeling, that was a sensation that we were going after for the audience, to have that unsettling feeling, especially in regards to the genuine fear of a parent losing their child, and then when you have that can happen in your neighborhood and it's scary as hell, but when it happens in that kind of setting, that just that takes it over the top. So unsettling is good. It's really good.
Yeah, we really like the movies. I think that you can actually put yourself in. Like I want to say like real movies, because then that's kind of, I don't even know, but like those movies that potentially could be real, where you were out there camping and then your son's missing, and so now you're like, oh, what the hell? And so then everything goes downhill from there. Like it's similar to what's that fucking Nicolas Cage one, Mandy?
Oh yeah.
Where it's like that could potentially happen. You and your girl are going camping, then you get kidnapped by a small baby dick cult leader, and then you guys got to murder him. Same thing. You guys went camping.
That is so funny that you mentioned that movie because the director Bruce Wimple gave me some homework films to watch before we shot Hangman, and
Mm.
Mandy was one of them. No shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's
Oh.
just good, like I could ask, like, you look like a young dude. Like, I don't know if you have kids yet, but yeah.
Yeah.
So was it super hard to get into this role, or are you just like, you know what? If this was happened to me, this is how I would act.
Oh hell, absolutely. Yeah, I got a 19-year-old son and a 16-year-old daughter. So
Mm-mm.
so just constantly having them on my mind while shooting the film and everything, and just put myself as I possibly could into that situation, and how vulnerable a situation that is made it real easy to get into that character. If anything, the hardest part of the Hangman playing Leon was the physical part of it. It was a physically taxing film. Yeah, there are no stuntmen in the Hangman. That's all. It's all LeJon Woods right there. Yeah.
I was about to ask, man, how long was there's the hang upside down scene
Oh,
when she's
here's the
like,
thing.
look at me.
Oh yeah, Kayla Lenardi. She's amazing, man. That scene, we actually shot that twice. We shot the Hangman in three different blocks of about 5 to 7 days of shooting, and we would take a week off in between each block. And on the very first block, we shot the upside down hanging scene, and it was the original hanging scene, if you will, upside down, was done off of a tree. And we found a nice strong branch, at least a branch that we thought was strong, and we just made it happen. Um, we took the week off, and Bruce Wimple, the director, reached out to me like on the second or third day of the break and said, "You know what? This ain't working, man. We got to do better than this." And his father, Papa Wimple, he actually built the gallows that you see in that scene. And the scene itself, to answer your question, I'm sorry, but to answer your question, well, we did that overnight, and I started hanging. We'll say like around maybe 11:30, 10 o'clock, 11:30, and we didn't wrap that scene until about 4 o'clock in the morning.
Jeez.
Wow.
Yeah. I had a safe word. If the hanging and everything got too out of hand, the word was bejabbers. So if I said bejabbers, I had to turn me upside, right side up and everything.
Dude. Yeah, there was a couple dragging scenes too. There had a close up of you, but also had the background of the ground, clearly seeing that you're being drugged,
Yeah.
through the woods. But now that you said there's no stuntman, all right, good job.
Oh yeah, appreciate that. Yeah, still some bruises to this very day, but it was all worth it though, man. I do it all over again because it was my first lead role in a feature film, and it was just a blast. It really was.
Really, no,
Oh, yeah.
it was a super relatable kind of.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Which
thankfully,
like to the relatability part, the whole dynamic between you and Marcellus, your son, in the movie, it does feel like there was a bond there. There is a fracture because of everything that has happened. And there is the frustration because you want it back, but you don't know how to get there, and you don't know how to talk to each other. And like as a father, that is hard to watch, but it is very well done. Like it does set the tone for the rest of the frustration that you feel in the movie.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you for that too, man. Because I think every parent comes across that in one way or another. Is just trying to find a way to identify with their kids, trying to find a way to ensure that they're cool enough and understanding enough and whatnot. And when you come across a situation where there's a disconnect as far either in communication or just time, or just you feel like the love is being lost and everything, you gotta us as parents, we do all we can, and we're willing to do all we can, and willing to do whatever it takes to ensure that our kids know that we're here for them and we love them. And in this particular case, Leon said, "Hey, this can work. Let's try this out." And for what it was worth, it was working until
Yeah.
So yeah.
no, I really like the whole the dad thing too was pretty hilarious because you were throwing in little dad jokes throughout the entire movie as well, but it was also messed up the very first thing where he's like, "Are you asleep with Tom?" He was like, "Where the hell did that come from?" Like, what? Like, who the hell would ask that? But like that scene cracked us up, and then it just even makes it feel even like more realistic, because then we've seen a couple movies where like, and then this is gonna sound messed up. You weren't like the 80s action hero dad. You know what I'm saying? You're just a normal dad whose son was taken, and now you're going to do everything in your power to get your kid back. You're not an Arnold Schwarzenegger, you know? And so when the guy's like, take this and put it through his heart, and you're like, bro, this isn't even like sharp. Like, I don't understand. Like, what? You know? Like those little stabs and jokes throughout the entire movie. I think there's the rope showed up behind you or underneath your feet, and you're just like, yep, that makes sense. And then you just get jacked up from the car. Yeah. They're pretty funny scenes, man.
I love it. I love that you guys have picked up on the little small nuances and little bits of humor in that, because we did want to try to have at least, some kind of levity within the film. Not that here, that's the funny thing. Not that the overall situation is a funny one. It's not at all. But,
Yeah.
when it's all said and done, we're still making a film. Don't take ourselves absolutely too seriously and having fun with it. And so therefore, little bits and pieces of humor in there. I'm glad that we were able to put that in there. And that's why I love working with Bruce, because he allows that kind of stuff to happen. So that was cool.
Yeah. Awesome. This makes it, like we said, more realistic. There's not people that are just 100% going 100 miles an hour nonstop. You got to take the time out and actually appreciate stuff, or even like make light of the situation. Not, as messed up as that sounds, your kid's been kidnapped and he's going to be sacrificed to the devil, but make a joke every once in a while. He'll be okay. No,
exactly.
Well, the one part I really did like is there's a lot of these times in movies where the racist character feels like you would never see that racist character. Like they're saying everything that they're thinking, but nobody would say all those things in that way. And like in this movie, you don't have to hear them say certain things to know that there is ill intent, that they are like instantly flash judging Leon, and they are going to do what they want to do because of how they think. And like I thought it was really well done.
That's awesome. That's an awesome point. I actually and all the talking that has taken place, all the interviews and everything for the film, I never really heard somebody take that type of had that kind of perception for it. That's dope. And it actually worked out perfectly what you're saying, because either their demeanor, either their intentions and everything, it was already screaming what their purpose was and what they were into and what they were up for. So that's a great point. I like that. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I think during our episode we were making just jokes about being a nerd racist, right? When I think we were talking about if you smoke meth and you're racist, and every different type of drug use, you're racist towards a different race, but and then I'm pretty sure like I was gonna have every once in a while we'll be able to find parts of movies where it's like, dude, I have that exact same thing. I'm pretty sure I have that exact same gun, right? Was it like a dart gun?
Yeah, it was what was that? The pulley, what's it called? There's a particular name for the damn thing.
I swear.
What is that thing? Not a harpoon. What is it?
The crossbow?
Crossbow. Damn it, I couldn't think of that for sure.
Oh, I want to say I had both of them, but the gun itself, I was like, I'm pretty sure that I have that, like a dart gun, BB gun, and like it's a pellet gun all in one. And I was like, I'm pretty sure I got that.
That makes you an Appalachian. That makes you an Appalachian racist now.
I think so. I have to go get a new truck.
Exactly. Only thing in business is a truck.
Man. No, I did the one. I don't even know if I want to say this one though, because it's like kind of a super spoiler. Hopefully there's going to be a number 2 potentially, but you didn't get a hookup with the lady you saved, and then she saved you. You owe her.
Oh, see? It's funny you mentioned that also. There was 2 versions. One version we actually kind of did hook up in her trailer, and the more we talked about it and thought about it, we just didn't think it would make sense, because okay, this guy, had these good intentions to read to re-up his relationship with his son and everything, and losing his son. He's been through hell trying to get to him and find him up to this point. But all of a sudden now he has some time for some sex. You know what I mean? So we were like, let's not do that.
Yeah, it feels a little tonally weird. I understand.
Exactly.
But that's one of those. Sorry, what?
Oh no, I said it feels a little tonally weird to jump to that right after you just saved your son. You're gonna leave him.
Yeah.
You know,
I thought you were gonna just go pick her up in the car. And like, all right, you're no longer living in here. You're coming home with us. You know. And then he could have been like, watch this, son. You don't know anything about Tom.
Right. Exactly. I like that. No, there has been we've talked, me and 377 Films and Bruce Wayne, but we've talked about tinkering with the possibilities of another version of the Hangman. We haven't necessarily got down to the bits and pieces or the bare bones of how it would look, but there has been talk on the outside from the audience standpoint that they would necessarily like to see something like that. So, and hey, I'm willing to put my body up to it again. So we'll see. I'll definitely make sure I keep you guys posted though.
No, definitely.
It was awesome. I mean, there's, I guess, opening for it at the end. You know, like I said, she came back and saved it again.
Yeah,
but but it also, like, throughout the movie, like, it kind of was like what was it? All Eyes. You know, where like you start thinking, okay, this is going to be a monster. It's a monster. It's a monster. And then you no longer remember that there's a monster because you're trying to fight something else. You're trying to fight that house, you know? And so this is the same kind of situation where, you know, your kid was kidnapped. And so you're like, okay, he was kidnapped by a bunch of nerd racist people. And so then you're trying to fight that. And then you're just like, guess what? You know, you forget about there's the Hangman. And you're like, well, the Hangman, you know, what is it really there, or is it just a bunch of racist white people in the woods that are doing stupid shit? And then all of a sudden you meet Tom, who, it's even funnier when you meet Tom after the kid's comment of, are you sleep with Tom? And you meet Tom as some old white dude who clearly, like, I've never even met Tom, but just watching him, seeing what he looks like, and even hearing his voice, I was like, dude, Tom's racist. 100%. Tom is racist.
Yeah.
Like, there's no question about it. Tom's the leader. Tom's the leader of the racist group in the woods.
Madness. That's madness.
But then you start fighting Tom and his 67-year-old girlfriend, you know, and then you forget about freaking Hangman, you know, and then now you're starting to worry about, okay, well, now they're going to sacrifice his kid to the devil. And then you're just like, okay, now on top of that, like, I don't know how many people have ever, you know, fought racism, the devil, and a freaking urban legend before in one day. See, you deserve to smash that, bro.
That makes, you know, when you break it down that way, I'm disappointed that we did not move forward with a serious sex scene, because it's all said and done. It seems like Leon, you know, he deserved that. He deserved that, you know, a nice meal, all kinds of stuff, man. So yeah, but it was a crazy 24 hours for this guy that, you know, some ass could have been implemented in there somewhere.
See, and then the son, he forgot all about it anyway. He's like, I don't remember anything. He's like, I remember just waking up. See, he could have been out for, like, you know.
Yeah, that would have worked out.
What if he would have timed it out? He'd been like, Dad, there's like a 1.5 to 2.5 minute window that still isn't making any sense. And you're just like, don't worry about that one.
Yeah. Your dad's real quick in certain regards. So yeah, don't worry about that part. Yeah. It's too funny.
No.
Yeah. But like that whole interaction with Tom, like the part that kind of was like the cherry on top for me was just, he was like, I was progressive back in my day. It's like, I people thought I was weird for doing a deal with the black man. And it's like
40 years ago.
That sounds like where I grew up. That sounds exactly like that.
That's awesome.
Like, you should be thanking me. No, and then you didn't know at first when he was just talking shit, like, you know, I'm 127 years old. You're like, no, you're not, you know? And then his girl's like, this is 50th time. And you're just like, what? And then all of a sudden it's like, damn, they're for real. Like, and then even to put the sugar on that one, when he burnt his face, and he's like, God damn it. He's like, I gotta live with my face like this now. And you're like, you can't switch bodies?
Exactly,
Like,
yeah. I thought
what
you
the
guys were
hell?
good at this
Right?
shit.
You're
I thought it was
127
good.
years. You should have enough money to get plastic
Yeah.
surgery.
Yeah, I guess nobody thought about that process as far as putting things together. There was that department didn't exist in this cult. So that's shame on them. Too bad.
It was fun, man. It was fun.
And Bill Schumann, the guy that played Tom. I mean, his ability to tap into that character, man, and use that particular dialect and that tone and that voice was amazing. Because that's not how that man sounds on a regular, of course, daily basis. Yeah, he played it, man. I was so. He's Bill is. Oh boy, Bill is 83, I think, 84 years old.
Damn,
And
even the people that the race in the truck.
Oh yeah,
like those probably weren't even actors. They were probably just people that were driving down the road. And he's like, hey, look at those motherfuckers, like, God damn. And like, I know a meth head when I see a meth head, man. Like, they're gonna be like, no.
That's the beauty of it, man. Everybody, like anybody, whenever you do a film, any kind of production, you hope that it's well received, and then, you hope that the audience loves it. But what made me fall in love with The Hangman was well before the film even came out. I fell in love with the work that every single person put in. Everybody slayed it. I mean, everybody accepted their role and brought so much more than we anticipated. So, that's what made it so awesome, man. But yeah, so therefore, when you can identify the meth heads and everything, that means they were really tapping into it. So that's good.
No, it was, like you said, easy to watch and everything, man. Super relatable. So
Awesome.
Just a good all around movie, Hey, there was some gore, there was some violence, everything like that, but it wasn't like uncalled for, It wasn't like all of a sudden the dad gets, the man of steel strength and rips out stomach from somebody. Cause that wouldn't happen,
Right.
No, solid. It was a good movie, man.
And
I enjoyed it.
I appreciate that. And the funny thing is, after it came out, the core horror audience, we learned that they didn't really necessarily like the movie that much because it wasn't a whole bunch of blood and guts and women running with the tits out and shit and everything, stuff like that. It's not your typical horror film, but make no mistake about it, it still is a horror film. So I appreciate you guys for seeing through all that.
Yeah, we always said there's there's the scary movies and there's the gory movies.
Yeah.
And then there's, there's scary movies and there's
I'll be right
movies.
back. I gotta go switch.
Oh.
And this one, we enjoy the movies that make you not think a lot more, but this could be like, think about it. Like that could actually happen,
right.
Which is so much awesome. Like I'm not too worried about, Jason Voorhees coming into my house and, murdering me and, me running as fast as I can, then turn the corner, him being right there, but some fucked up people in the woods. Hell no.
Yeah. Exactly. And that's the scary element. The fact that these things could actually happen, and when you put yourself into that mindset, you put yourself into that, the character's world. It's like, shit, I don't want any parts of this because this shit could actually happen to us. So yeah.
I know. See, I used to go camping all the time when I was high school, and then getting older. I don't know. My younger brother's like, "Hey, let's go camping," and so we went camping a year or two ago, and I was like, "Dude, what all weapons do we need to bring, man? Like, do I need to bring we brought throwing axes, and we brought throwing knives. I think a gun." I think a bow and arrow, because we didn't know. I haven't been camping in, I don't know, 20 years. Nah, 10 years. I don't know. But I was like, I'm not going to get caught slipping in a fucking camp.
Can't have it, man. Can't have it.
But I don't know what happened with Amferny. Where was that one shot at?
That was shot primarily in upstate New York.
Really?
Yeah. between Albany, Oneonta area. Some scenes, very few were shot actually in the West Virginia area. But yeah, primarily about 85% upstate New York.
Damn.
Yeah, in the blazing upstate New York heat of the summer at the time. So, but it was great.
That was the summertime too, dude. For some reason, it looked like that was cold.
Oh no. Well, I mean,
In the
certain
movie.
like for instance, the hanging scene that was definitely a colder night. But yeah, we shot that between July and August.
Jesus, that's like the hottest time here in Vegas too.
Oh boy,
Hell no. What about how long did it take to make the entire movie?
Overall, like I said, we shot it in 3 different blocks of between 5 and 7 days between each block. So overall, about a month and a half.
Oh,
yeah, about a month. Yeah, about a month month and a half, something like that.
Damn.
And yeah, and we told ourselves when it was all said and done, had we shot this traditionally, like 15 straight days or something like that, or maybe 8 days and the break on the 9th day, the movie would have been awful. It would have just sucked. We know it would have. Those breaks in between gave us time to look back, see what we did, look forward, see what we want to do, make sure everything is making sense, make sure everybody's on the same page. Gave us some rest, which was very, very much needed because it was a very oh my goodness, we traveled a lot of different locations.
Really?
Oh yeah, a lot of different locations for this film. And with all that traveling and all those moving parts and everything, it made so much sense that we broke it down the way that we did. Because otherwise, I think the film would have been shit.
Damn, that's
Yeah.
It looks like it's obviously that's jobs to do that, but it looks like it's just a solid like quick camping trip over the weekend.
Oh no. Yeah. We spaced it out. Yeah, absolutely.
That's nice. All right. Want to jump into Beezel?
Oh yeah, we can. Let's do it.
Here we go.
Beezel.
Yeah. So we just watched this yesterday and did our episode yesterday.
Yeah.
And like I was like when I saw it takes place over 60 years. I was not expecting the anthology thing. So when you go as quickly as you do, it's very jarring. Like I was like, oh, this is going to be he's stuck in a house movie. And like it's not.
There goes that guy.
Yeah. Nope. See, we have our website. We have some pretty funny tips to survive, like a horror movie,
Yeah.
And what's funny is like one of them is don't get down, and another one is do get down, But there's a bunch of them where now the movie. It was funny too because when we were watching it, we're thinking like, "Oh, he's fucked. He's gonna get drugged," and then we're like, "Oh, maybe he's not gonna get drugged."
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, he's like, "I drugged," and you're just like, "Well, fuck." We forgot to even, At first, we thought it was going to happen, but they were like, "No, it's not." So, I mean, even with that one, like we always try to joke around and try to guess what's going to happen, but it didn't lead up to anything, So there was just some good surprises for those ones, man.
Absolutely. That's what I love so much about that film because you think that Apollo, the character I played, truly has a genuine shot at this thing and is going to survive this. And well, like I said, I don't really care about spoilers that much, but yeah, survive this thing. And it's such a pivotal guy to the story. And I love it takes that absolute out of nowhere twist like that. And he succumbs to a really jacked up fate.
But I mean, he got him though. He got one. Honestly, honestly, yeah. That's what we're talking. That's another one of those rules to survive, dude. Like at first we were like, okay, your car broke down or something because you're carrying around those big ass briefcases of shit. And then all of a sudden you just get this dude's house drinking water. I was like, oh, fuck that. No, I've never been like, hey, complete stranger, can I have some water in your house? I've never also invited somebody in my house, be like, hey, you look parched. Get in my house and drink this cup of water. Fuck that. That's how I kidnapped everybody I've ever kidnapped. It was just complete strangers, And then it comes out, he's like, yeah, so here's the money. you know. But I don't know if it was intentional. I brought it up to Anthony too. There was that scene where he's like, I don't know if he was testing your integrity, you know, but he's like, what did we talk about? 400 or 500? And you're like, it was 400. He's like, it was 400. I was like, oh shit. I was like, this guy's not playing around. Like, you know, that was a setup question. That because if you would have said 500, he would have been like, you're getting the hell out of here, you know. But no,
it was you know, Apollo was driven by getting the rent paid, man. So therefore, dangling dollars in front of him, and he knew that would, you know, he knew that would be a successful path to get him to hang around and do his bidding. So yeah, hey man, that's what happens when you dangle dollars, man. You know?
And then that overtime.
Right. Exactly.
I was like, I'm pretty sure overtime's 1.5 times pay. You know, you know, being tripled it up. That was a good one.
Yeah, man.
You know, but then the whole creepiness too. Where like you want to yell at that person, like, what the fuck are you doing, Apollo? Yeah. Like, okay, let's go down to a creepy basement. Nope, see, that's one of those red marks. Don't do that.
Yeah.
You know, if it's just you guys alone, that's what Anthony and I were talking about it. Like the buddy system, man. Like, hey, I'm gonna go to this guy's house. If I'm here from you by like noon, come over to this guy's house and, you know, guns blazing.
Right. That's what Apollo needed. But once again, driven by money, driven by the rent being late. It's like, hey, listen, whatever this guy needs, this basement, not as creepy as it seems. It's all right, you know.
But I do feel like your like the way you you kind of interact off of Bob in that scene or in those scenes, like you kind of are the voice of the audience because you are obviously creeped out, but you're playing it cool, and it's like the whole hostage situation kind of thing where you're just like, play it cool till you can get out of here. Like, don't voice it.
Yeah, exactly. Bob was messed up, man.
Yeah, yeah. Bob, he's awesome, man. And you know, you want to talk about creepy? His eyes through those glasses were just creepy as shit to me, man. I mean, when I looked at it, and it was, I didn't get a chance to go to the premiere. The premiere was out in L.A. and I was working on something different when they had the premiere. So I came back to Cleveland, and it's like 2:00 in the morning, 2:30 in the morning. And I don't know why the hell I was even up. Like, you know what? Haven't seen Beezel yet. Now's the time. Missed the premiere. I'm about to watch Beezel right now. Fuck me up because I'm sitting here watching Beezel in the dark at 2:30 in the morning and looking at Bob. I'm like, man, this is some creepy shit, you know? But it was so awesome to work with him because he just turns it on. He just turns on that sinister, creepy, don't really know what's going on with this dude aura and character so well. And he hit it hard. So glad that portrayed and glad that played out for the audience.
Damn, if you would have seen the movie Buffalo Bob, then you probably wouldn't have gone into his basement, you know? Just looking, especially when he gets off the ladder like that. I was like, what's this guy doing, man? And there was some awesome effects because right before he turned and his eyes hurry up and turned white like that, I was like, oh shit, it's gonna happen. You know, and then like I don't want to say I wasn't rooting for you, but I was like, dude, that's the flathead screwdriver. You're not going to get out. You know, I was like, unless you're some handyman and you're going to hurry up and try to like unscrew the handle to the chair. I was like, he's not going to get it. And then you did. I was like, oh my God, he got it. Holy shit. that was a good one, man. I had my doubts about Apollo. I was like, but I'm glad you got it, man. I'm glad you got him. I was like, hell yeah. That shit, good one.
Like you said, man, you got to go with the rules. You got at least, if you're going to go out, at least got to take somebody with you in the process. So we achieved that.
Yes. See? And then question, I don't know. We don't have a camcorder like that. You screwed something in with the camcorder and it fixed it. What was that?
If I remember that scene correctly, it was just tightening up. It was trying to tighten up the guide to hold part of it. That was the purpose for that there, and so therefore it played into him needing it as a weapon later on.
Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it was. I'm not sure if you guys noticed. That was Aaron Franken, the director, that was his actual childhood home.
Damn!
Oh, wow.
We were talking about how giant was that house, man? It looked like like one of those magician houses where you're like, dude, that's like a 1,500 square foot house, and you go in, there's like a grand piano room, and there's a library, the cigar room, the fireplace room, the kitchen. It was like, where are all these rooms at in this house? Like that was a gigantic house.
It was a one. We shot that in Boston, not in Boston. It was I'm the exact name of the city. Maybe in a half hour or an hour outside of Boston. I can't remember exactly, but that house was one level.
Mm-hmm.
It's a one level home and just a long ass house.
Dude,
that just had several different rooms to it and everything. It was a beautiful house, but when as far as incorporating the story, and then that basement was not beautiful. That shit was creepy as shit, and it was everything that we needed.
Yeah. It looked like we've made comments about that house the entire episode, man. It looks like it's like the shape of a U, you know?
Yeah,
like there
almost.
are some parts of it, like it was a gigantic ass house, man. And then we're like, when we realized that it was just a 1-story house, we were like, dude, it's so much bigger now that it's even just 1 story, you know?
Absolutely.
Like,
Absolutely.
no, that was a beautiful house, man. And we were, there's some times we watch movies and we are like, oh, dude, look at that landscape. That's so cool. And we're just like, aren't we supposed to be talking about people being murdered? Like, what are you talking about? Fucking, oh, look at those drapes, bro.
Right. I love the color scheme they did. Yeah.
Exactly. We're talking about how there was just must have been an overabundance of wood, because back in the day you had like wood floors, wood walls, wood fucking ceilings. That trap door was real then?
That was like that went through if I remember correctly, the bathroom sink or something.
That shit was real then?
Yeah, that was real.
What the fuck? Who the hell fits in there?
Hey man, who was required to fit? That's
when we lived in San Diego. We had this house. It had a basement, but it also had like a crawl space like that too, like that stupid little door that was by the stairs. Yeah, it had one of those in San Diego, you know, but it didn't have a freaking trapdoor that went up into the goddamn bathroom, like that shit right there. No,
it's not good enough for the blind witch, you know.
See, that's another thing too. Don't rent out your spare basement to a witch. I won't get murdered. You know?
Oh yeah, it all depends on the price though. The price, if the price is right, it all depends.
I mean,
that's the part.
Rent's $2,300. You know, that's what Anthony. Where I would talk about that actually on the episode. I remember I had a lot to drink last night. That was part of it. Where it's like, you know how much homeowners insurance is on that house. That's why if you know, homeowners insurance and keeping up with that gigantic ass house, like if you just let the witch stay downstairs, that house isn't going to crumble. You know, your heater's never going to go out. It's never going to break, anything like that. Let the witch take care of all that stuff, and you just give one kid that gives a rotten apple. He deserved it. Don't fucking feed me a rotten piece of fruit. Like,
there we go. Yeah.
See?
I think we're seeing the benefits of the witch. Yeah.
There's so many things that I've taught my kid watch these horror movies. You know? Like if you see some disgusting bananas, don't be like, okay, Dad, here's a banana. If you see flies all around the apples, don't be like, here you go, Dad. Fucking keep the doctor away. No. What? If you do something stupid, you deserve to get eaten by a witch in a trapdoor bathroom. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. No, it was another good one. You know, Anthony was saying it was like the 60 years. We didn't expect it to be like anthology, like how it was, but it was super easy and time going.
Oh yeah, it's a very seamless anthology. I think we've only seen one other that really pulls off the anthology concept without having to tell you where we're going next. And this one, it's very seamless storytelling, very like seamless characters that just seem to fit. Like everybody just understood the assignment. It was really good.
Awesome, man. Yeah, thank you so much for that. They're Aaron and Victoria Fracken, who just had a baby little girl, by the way. They're very proud of it, and I'm very proud of them. They did a great job, great concept. Man, Keelan, the cinematographer, everybody just did it's just like with Hangman. People understanding the assignment, like you said, and then giving full effort and beyond to make it happen. And just another film that I was beyond proud to be a part of. So. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it as well. And hopefully my phase of the film was your favorite phase of the film. That's what
It was a tie between, or like it was like a close 1 and 2 between the first and the last. Because I thought like the middle is like it's there to keep the tension going and to give you a little more information, but not too much because we need to save a big punch for the end. Like I think yours is powerful, and the end is just like chaos.
Yeah. Kind of made sense the most. Yours did. Your section made most because you were going there to work and something happened. And then the second one came out and you're just like, dude, again, if you're a fucking nurse, your job is to be a nurse. Your job isn't there to be the security. So the moment shit started going on, you should be like, you know what? This ain't my fucking job. And then been like, peace, old lady. Peace, Dolores. And again, Dolores looks like Dolores, if that makes sense. If you could ever imagine a woman named Dolores or, I don't know, Margaret, those two names right there, you know what they look like already. So Dolores automatically looks like a Dolores. And so then when all this shit was going on, and then the third one kind of didn't, because we're like, where the hell, like, how come she's an in-law somehow? We thought that the son died in the sink. The sink trap door.
Oh, yeah. Right.
So yours made the most sense.
Awesome. I'm glad to be a part of that. I like being part of stuff that makes sense. That makes me feel good.
But I guess with that, I know we talked a little bit before what was going on, but I guess tell us what's been going on with you, man. You say you just got back from somewhere to spread this news.
Yeah, I just got back from Detroit. I was actually in Detroit shooting a commercial for a grocery store chain. And while up there, I was in discussion. I've been in discussion for the past few weeks with a guy who represents talent for managing purposes, and I signed up with him. It's John Thomas LLC, John Thomas Talent. I'm with them now as far as my management, and then a few days later, he helped me get signed by an agent. So I've just been signed on to Fergan Mayer Worldwide. They're out of New Mexico. Wow. Yeah. So I am really, really excited. It's been a long journey, man. But it's funny because 5-7 years ago, when I was really getting thick into this, I thought I was like, okay, I'm ready. Where's the agent? Where's the manager? Let's go. And now that it has happened, it confirms so much more that I was not ready 5 or 7 years ago.
Really?
I thought I was, yeah. So the timing is what the timing is. Sometimes you gotta let things just go on their own pace. But now with more experience, more maturity, more just humbleness and respect for the industry, I know more now than ever that I'm ready for this path. So really excited.
Wow, that's awesome, man! Congrats. Don't forget. Be like, hey, I talked to these two nerds once about a podcast.
No doubt about it, man. I know that's easy. It's always easy to remember the people that you talk to, and because this is awesome, right? It's easy to talk about stuff that I love and we universally love. So I'm not going to forget about you guys. That's easy.
Oh man, thanks. All right, ready for these hard ones?
Hit me. Yeah.
All right.
They're the hard hitting questions in name alone.
Right.
Here we go.
So I know that you just said that you signed, right? So is there anything that you're working on right now that you can kind of hint us about without getting in trouble? You can say no.
Everything that is in the works to come out has already been worked on. We already shot it and everything. Like I said, Capture is one. Also with 377 Films and Bruce Wimple for direction. Yeah, I had to check out Capture. That will be out. I'm actually have no idea when Capture is coming out. It's a found footage type film where okay, before I even get into this, I'm one of those actors that suck at describing films. So I'm going to do the best I possibly can to give you a description of what this film is about. But a woman finds out that she inherits a home out in the deep nowhere. You know how that works, and it's actually her. Come to find out, it is her mother's old home. If I got that right, and in the process of going throughout the house, and you know how it works, you found you inherit this place, and all of a sudden, what's this? What's that? She finds this camcorder, and as she's looking through it, she's actually looking through past events that took place in that house.
What the shit? No.
Yeah, like murders and I mean like some crazy stuff. She comes across interviews because her mother was a doctor, like a psychologist, something like that. She comes across interviews that her mother had conducted, and she's putting the pieces together. Like, okay, this camera is telling more than just a story. And so it's a really it's a creepy one, a creepy fun one though. I had a good time with that one as well. Replicator, I believe, is already out. Boy, yeah. Can I even begin to describe Replicator? Replicator is all over the place. It's
gotta make sure you say replicator and not replicant.
Right.
You know, replicant. You ever see that movie?
I've heard of it, but I haven't seen it though.
Dude, it's that one with I love him, right? Jean-Claude Van Damme. He was like one of my favorites, but I think it's him and Rob Schneider are police detectives, and they're going after people for making counterfeit jeans.
I think I remember that now.
Yep. I think the last scene is, I think it's just Jean-Claude. I'm pretty sure that Rob Schneider, but there's the fight on the oil rig, so they're just oiled up, sliding around on a boat fighting, and I was like, God damn it. Like, how you gonna go from freaking beating Chong Li and making him say kumite to freaking oiling up yourself and then fighting, like, these jeans aren't Lucky Brand, these aren't Gerbo's, these are fucking knockoffs, so
the battle of name brand jeans. Yeah, okay.
Yes. Replicator, not the replicant, because there's so many times too, like, I get movie names mixed up, man. I was trying to watch what's that fucking movie that I've never seen, Anthony, where that dude gets kidnapped and he gets hit in the ankles?
I do not remember.
Misery.
Yes. Okay, yeah.
I was
James Caan.
Yeah, I was sitting there one night trying to watch Misery, and I put in fucking Deliverance, and like the banjo scene comes up, and I was like, all right, he's gonna get kidnapped now, and then he's gonna get tortured by the lady with the sledgehammer. And I was like, that's not the right kind of torture, And I text my brother. I was like, dude, I just watched Deliverance, and I thought it was Misery. He's like, what the fuck? Yeah, no, see. Watched the entire movie waiting for that dude to get kidnapped, and I was like, this ain't it. So I've seen Deliverance though.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Classic mistake. It happens to the best of us. It's all right.
Man. All right, Anthony.
Oh yeah, so you asked about I'm trying to figure out where we are.
I think you just answered both questions, not even knowing it. Boom.
That's fair. So if anybody is trying to follow you or anything like that, how would they do that? Social media wise, not in person.
Well, I drive a 98.
I was totally hoping you were talking about in person, but that's okay. Follow me. I'm not really a huge social media guy, which is stupid to be in this industry, but I'm getting better. I am at LeJonism. So my first name, LeJonism, at LeJonism. That's on Instagram as well as Facebook. So yeah, man, give me a follow and see where this path is going, and I'll follow you right back, and I'll see what's going on in your world as well. So I love it.
So the second hard question was just if you could suggest a movie to us. If you had a suggestion.
Horror-wise?
Anyone, actually. Because we also do another movie, too. We do another podcast where instead of watching the movie and talking through it and everything like that, we watch the movie and then we just talk about that movie, you know, kind of like what we're doing now, you know?
Okay. Does it have to be one of my own or just any movie?
Whatever you want. Somebody suggested Mrs. Doubtfire once.
Like you guys didn't see that shit before?
Right? Like, all right, hear me out. It's about this divorced dad, right? He loves his kids.
Damn. Okay. I'm gonna be selfish. Fuck it. I'm gonna suggest one of my own, something that I was in. Got two of them. One is kind of a drama, not dramedy, kind of a kind of a dramedy, comedy, whatever. Asteroid.
Asteroid.
Yeah, Asteroid. And the other is Island Escape.
Say that one again.
Island Escape. Yeah. That stars Grant Schumacher, James Liddell, and I'm in that as well. I'm in both of these. So give those films a watch and then shoot me a message and let me know what you think about. Because Island Escape will be right up your guys' alley. That's a horror film. So I might even go and describe it. I'm gonna let you guys check it out so you can see for yourself. And see if you love it or hate it. And like I said, Asteroid is on the lighter side. It's Asteroid was one of the first films that I did that kind of got me to the path where I'm on right now. And I'm really proud of it because it was one of the best times I've ever had on set. So it's just a great group of people. So and really? The same way it was awesome. It was just a fun time.
Right. We'll put it on, man.
What I like about Asteroid the most is that it allows me to tap into one of my core genre, which is comedy. So yeah, so I hope you guys enjoy that.
All right, we'll check them out.
Hell yeah,
definitely.
I appreciate
it. Man, we appreciate you taking your time. You know, like I said, we're just some people that watch movies, man, and the fact that you took your time out of your own day to, you know, chat about your movie that you've done with us. So appreciate it, man. If you're ever out in Vegas, you know, let us know.
Oh yeah, well, if I am and you see me out there, I'm probably doing something I have no business doing, and I don't want many people to know about it. So, I'll let you know right before I leave that I was there.
Right. Well, it always happens. We'll be somewhere. We're like, hey, we're here. And they're like, hey, where are your place? And we're just like, oh, well, that's why surprises don't really work, you know?
Exactly.
Sometimes, yeah. I think last weekend we went to the premiere and Anthony's like, God damn it, Brian. So good times. So yeah, man. Be awesome.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you guys. Like, hey, this is fun, man. Appreciate it. Keep watching movies and keep supporting the smaller guys just as much as the bigger guys. So thanks a lot, guys.
Rated B, rated the podcast sensation, unveiling truth, sparking conversations where every story